It's an Optimism Wednesday, so we're going to talk about reasons to be optimistic about the Indianapolis Colts. We're also going to talk about the Indiana game tonight at Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall against Milwaukee. Sheesh, can we schedule a few more Milwaukee teams that Indiana's going to beat the living hell out of? I guess we like Milwaukee. We're trying to throw money Milwaukee's way or something. Pacers, with a loss last night, my God, giving up 152 points to the Utah Jazz. Could he at least try to play a little bit of defense? What the hell are you doing? Guys are getting healthier. There's no excuse for this type of idiocy on the basketball court. I'm not going to watch the Pacers give up 152 very damn often. I'm just not going to invest in that kind of basketball. Ethan Taylor is a 7-footer out of Kansas who now attends the Link Academy in Branson, Missouri. He's going to announce his commitment on Friday. Indiana, a finalist for him. They are also competing with Kansas, Michigan State, Oregon, Oklahoma. There are a lot of teams pursuing Ethan Taylor. He is a very skilled 7-foot-tall basketball player. Can Indiana get him? We're going to find out on Friday. This is a very special Optimism Wednesday edition of Breakfast with Kent for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Brought to you by the great people at YouTube TV. Eventually, this thing's going to get sorted out with ESPN and Disney, and I'm going to come back to YouTube TV because I like the picture. I like the way I can manipulate the guide. I like everything about it. And so I'm coming back to YouTube TV. You can too. To be ready, I'm going to put a link in the show description. You click it. You use it to sign up when the time is right for you to become a subscriber to YouTube TV. You're going to get $15 off your first month. How about that action? All right, become a member to this channel. You become an all-meal deal member. I'm going to send you an autographed copy of my book, Oops, The Art of Learning from Mistakes and Adventures, which you can order on Amazon. You can also get the audiobook on Audible. It is a great, not a good, but a great Christmas present. The holidays are filled with mistakes, and me and my family, we have made plenty during the holidays. There should be a separate book, Holiday Oops, The Art of Learning from Christmas-Based Mistakes and Adventures by the Sterling family. There are a few Christmas-related, I'm not going to get into them here. I'm not going to tell the story here, but my God. Like, you can't disrupt a mass like the Sterling family did in about 1983. Quite something. We'll talk about that. No, we won't. We're not going to talk about that. Subscribers. You know what? If you're a subscriber, you got a chance to win. You're eligible to win a prize. We've got 5 Colts jerseys autographed by either former or current Colts greats. We're going to give them away the next 5 Fridays. This is the joy of the holiday season, the giveaways. So, become a subscriber today. To enter, one time per video, you use the phrase that pays. And the phrase that pays today is go IU, because IU's got the big game tonight. Let's go beat the living hell out of Milwaukee. Smash that like button. Smash the hype button because it's an Optimism Wednesday. We'll make this a hype video. And if you want to make a comment or you want to make a donation, you should leave, in addition to that donation, a comment or a question that elevates the level of discourse on the channel. How about that? Reasons for optimism about the Indianapolis Colts. This is not hard to put together. First of all, they're 8-2. You're not going to be pessimistic about a team that's 8-2, especially when preseason, the over-under bet prior to the season was 7.5, the over-under for wins. They've already covered that in 10 weeks. That's very, very special. Good things are going on. Wins are coming in games that could have been losses. When that happens, all of a sudden momentum starts to build and good things happen. If you got a quarterback, here's another reason for optimism. You got a quarterback that gets hit in the mouth and is bleeding all over the damn place. And he can still go out and throw the ball accurately and not worry about that crap and let's play through it. You got a quarterback you can win with. Randy Smith says 150 points on the Pacers last night. Exactly what I said. Mooney Ward expected back for the Kansas City game. With Ward, and Gardner in that defensive secondary, this becomes a different defense. We've seen it all year. When Ward plays, you had one version of the defense. When Ward didn't play, you had another version of the defense. And so with Ward and Gardner on the field simultaneously, you would expect to have an exponentially better defense. We don't spend a lot of time talking about the defense, and I got to tell you the truth, there's a reason for that. Toby says, LOL. You've got jokes, Rick Mortis. He says, go Boilers. Kent looks better in gold and black. I don't wear gold and black. This is cream. This is a cream colored, and in fact, it's got a number of colors in it. And it was a gift from my wife. It certainly does not represent any kind of allegiance to Purdue basketball, Purdue University, or anything related to a university beginning with the letter P, including Penn State University, the University of Pennsylvania, and any others you can think of. The O-line is healthy and rolling. If you've got, and you know what, they've got some depth on that line, but if you've got Ryman Nelson, Bordellini, Gonsalves, and Smith as your starting line, you got a pretty good chance to win that game and win a lot of battles at the line of scrimmage that are going to either pop Taylor or give Daniel Jones an opportunity to throw the ball to Pierce, Pittman, Downs, Warren, Taylor. Good thing we got the Colts, Pacers, and Cubs. Pacers. What the hell? IU men's basketball isn't ranked. How long till they wake up? Well, I think you're just going to have to keep winning. And if that serves as motivation for Darren DeVries' crew down in Bloomington, all the better. I don't think you're going to lose any of the next three. Tonight's game against Milwaukee. Then you've got a game on this weekend against Incarnate Word. And then next Thursday, you play against Lindenwood. I think you're going to be able to kind of collect 3 wins from those tilts. The Jaguars are in second place, 2.5 games back, and they're reeling. Rickist says IU doesn't play a real basketball game for a month. No. That's not true. They got one against Kansas State before the end of the month. And then today is December 12th, right? A month from today, I believe they play Kentucky. They play Louisville on the 3rd. No, they play Minnesota on the 3rd, Louisville on the 6th, and then Penn State and then Kentucky all in that week. It's all in the next month. They got plenty of good basketball to be played. Tyler Warren is having a healthy and very productive rookie season. That's a great reason for optimism. This guy is a difference maker. Randy Smith says, I think IU basketball beats UK, but not Louisville. The way it looked last night with Louisville beating UK, I'd kind of agree with you. I think Kentucky looks like they're a mess. Louisville, offensively in the first half, wow. Like if you can shoot threes like that regularly, you're going to win a hell of a lot of basketball games. JD's take says Louisville's legit. They beat us last night, but we will bounce back. The we being Kentucky, you representing the we, not me. No, we aren't a mess. We got this. No, Kentucky's a mess. They were a mess last night. All right. Alec Pierce, the NFL's most productive deep threat at 20.9 yards per catch. That comes after a season where he averaged over 22 and led the NFL in that statistic. He has 5 more yards than Pittman with 26 fewer catches this season. Last year's similar deal. Jonathan Taylor has 1,139 yards and a 6 yards per carry average and 17 touchdowns. 10 games in. Hello. If that ain't a reason for optimism, I don't know what optimism is. He looks like he's rolling and only gaining steam. First in the NFL, the Colts offense is in 7 different offensive categories. Those categories, points, which count most. Yards, which count second most. Rush TDs, yards per carry, score touchdown, the touchdown scoring percentage on their drives, yards per drive, and points per drive. Did we mention that the Colts are 8-2 as a reason for optimism? They are 6-1 in the AFC, and will only have one more game remaining against an AFC opponent who is not an AFC South rival. Now, why is that important? That's important because the Texans, not playing bad football right now, winners of 4 of their last 6, and the Jaguars, not among the elite in the AFC, just got this one more game against the Chiefs, and then they're done with the AFC. Outside the AFC South, they do have 2 games remaining against the NFC. Why at the Seahawks and at home against the 49ers. Why are the AFC games important? They're important for the tiebreaker when you get to seeding. Games against AFC opponents, that's an important tiebreaker. And if you're going to be the top seed instead of the 2 or the 3 seed, the way things stand right now with 3 teams at 8-2, or 3 2-loss teams, I think they're all at 8-2. You know what? You're going to have a sprint to the finish that might wind up in a tie, and you're going to want that number 1 seed instead of that number 2 seed because you got to buy in the first round with the number 1 seed and home field throughout the playoffs. Let's talk about Indiana basketball and Ethan Taylor. He's a 7-footer from Kansas. He's down to Indiana, Michigan State, Kansas, and Oregon. He is the 27th ranked player in the class of 2026. He attends the Link Academy in Missouri. He visited the weekend of the 63-10 debacle, the ass whooping of the Illini. And we'll see where he goes, and we'll see on Friday where he's going to go. The early commits are being made. The Hoosiers, with 2 pretty solid commits already in the class of 26, Ethan Taylor would give them size. A freshman coming in, a polished freshman coming in who can do nothing but get better as a player at Indiana. Hopefully Indiana good at developing guys in a way that they haven't been in the past. Indiana hosts Milwaukee tonight, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. So that's good news for everybody with YouTube TV. You're going to be able to watch tonight. That is solid. Can they continue to generate these great vibes that are surrounding the program now after 2 wins in exhibitions, 2 wins in the regular season, granted, against Alabama A&M, and, though, against Big East Marquette? Can they continue this for the next 3 games tonight against Milwaukee, this weekend against Incarnate Word, next Thursday against Lindenwood? Goodness sake. You got to hope. What they do, they run, they shoot, they make free throws. They made 90% of their free throws to this point in the season. Last time I saw an Indiana team make free throws like this, I can't even tell you when it was. Might have been back in like 1987. I don't know. Alford and Hillman and Callaway and Smart, that crew, good foul shooting team. Need to hit foul shots, need to hit the free ones. Pacers last night lost 152-128. Pacers dropped to 1-10 on the season. Has an NBA finalist ever started the following season 1-10? My God. This is just horrible. Siakam last night with 27, Nembhard 25, Nesmith back with 17, McConnell back with 12. 2 5-game losing streaks already in the 25-26 season. That is unusual by November 12th. Suns tomorrow night. Suns are 6-5, 5-1 at home. We said it before. You know, you come back from this road trip, this 4-game West Coast swing, you come back 0-4, and it's over. Party's over, and we aren't even to Thanksgiving, for God's sake. Without Halliburton, this team has fallen utterly apart. And you hope that Halliburton's Achilles heals completely. And it's not just Halliburton. It's been the injuries. I mean, Nesmith was out a little bit. Nembhard was out for a good portion. Siakam, really the only impact player who has maintained his health. And he rested the other night. Rested. From what? Losing? Rickus says number 1 overall pick could go nice with getting Hallie back. Patterson, Boozer, AJ would all look awesome in a Pacers uniform. I love Boozer, I got to tell you the truth. Let's celebrate some birthdays, shall we, on this Optimism Wednesday? Lori Spudich Baxter celebrating a birthday. Joe Atchison, happy birthday. Michael York, not that Michael York, the Michael York. Joe Freeman, happy birthday. The great Jennifer Holly, celebrating a birthday. Christy Burnell, happy birthday. The great Ronnie Rubin, a Camp Menominee alum of the highest order, celebrating a birthday, and a graduate of American University, if I'm not mistaken. Jerry Aldendorf, happy birthday. Shelley Moore, Dana Hammerly, happy birthday. Travis Steele, who's over at Miami of Ohio, tearing it up, and had the brains to hire Benny Botts as one of his assistants. Good for Travis Steele. And the great Dave Decker, best-selling author, Dave Decker, a good college friend, a real estate magnate to the stars up in Milwaukee, and now a many times published author, but now a best-selling author. That is awesome. If today's your birthday, Julie's screaming from the back, as she does for all the people that she knows oh so well, like David Decker, who's also an accomplished guitarist. How about that? If today's your birthday, you celebrate like hell. If it's not your birthday, you celebrate somebody else. That's best done with an honest and specific compliment. Lift each other up. Don't pull each other down. All the problems we got, we can solve one at a time. And that's between me and you. Smiling, making eye contact. You go to the Kroger, you pass somebody, you got your cart, pass somebody. How you doing? Good morning. Sure, you sound psychotic to some of the people, but to some people, they're going to say, you know what? I saw this really nice guy or a girl in the Kroger. They seemed really, really happy. Made me happy. There you go. That's how it works. Be happy, pass it on. All right, we'll talk to you a little bit later today inside Indiana Sports Now. Colts are dark all week long, so we do not hear from Daniel Jones, Bloody Daniel Jones, or Shane Steichen, or anybody else today. Just me. Isn't that awesome?